Baseball on Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by the Washington County Hospital and Clinics. We are moments away from the first pitch of the home opener between the Washington Demons and the Muscatine Muskies. Up in the booth for our pregame show, brought to you by the N.C. Williams Agency of Farm Bureau for Financial Services in Washington. I'm Joel Keller, alongside my good friend Jack Knowlton. And we've got a great game for you guys today to open up the home Washington Demons season. I know I'm excited. You know, the temperature is getting a little warmer out here. School's starting to let that out. It's the best time of the year for sure.
It doesn't quite have that baseball feel, but you know what? It's the first game of the year for everyone. We're getting into it, and you know, the weather I think will accommodate as the Washington season goes on. But yes, a very exciting one here for the Demons this evening. And
the Demons are a team last year. They were pretty young last year. Only 2 seniors on that roster that are now off the team. They struggled a little bit, 5-21 over the season, but now you've got all that experience. What does that do for a team?
Yeah, I think, you know, their comeback, you saw them defeat Highland in their first game, 7-5, went on the road to win that one, hit just 1 home run as a team last year, so already on their way to kind of surpassing that win total. And I think, you know, it was a year of getting chemistry together, getting some of those youngsters. Only 2 seniors departed. You had both those guys as top contributors on the team last year, Caleb Zeglowski and Luke Biesenblom, but, you know, a lot of guys coming back. You're going to have a lot of synergy on the team this year, and I think you're going to have a lot better results to follow this season.
And looking at the opposing team, the visiting Muscatine Muskies, it's kind of the same story. Not a lot of seniors that graduated from last year's team, but they did struggle a little bit. 14-17, 500 ball over the season. So now they're also coming into the year trying to improve upon that with that experienced roster.
Yeah, and they look like they have done that as well. Put up double-digit runs in their doubleheader in their first 2 games of the season. So a team that can definitely get some contact on the ball. Washington pitching will be huge here today.
And stepping in for the Muskies to lead off the game is Jordan Beaker out there on the mound. Ty Wright for the Demons. First pitch missing for a ball. And Ty Wright, you know, we heard from the coach, loves Skittles. I wonder if you had some before the game, you know, get that energy up. 7 o'clock start, prime time, right?
You've got your superstitions. I feel like Ty's, I wonder where he factors Skittles into that mix.
Well, it's his first start, first appearance of the season. The Demons went with a couple of pitchers last night. Obviously not able to go back to him today. Got to keep those arms healthy throughout the year. And a 3-0 start for Wright so far.
Didn't pitch at all last year, right? So getting under his belt early this season.
Gets his makes junior time. If you want
mention Muscatine team to put points on the board. Wright has to stay locked in here, get the tone set for Washington defensively.
Meeker's guy, he had a .422 on base percentage last year, so that's what Muscatine has become accustomed to seeing out of him. Throw over to first. Throws a little high, able to be caught out there at first base.
Yeah, nice snag by Ethan Peeble out there. Stepping in at first base for this Demons team.
Cale Moss settles in, awaits his first pitch, the at-bat. Will miss outside and up high for ball 1. For the Demons around the horn at third base, you got Julian Parsons at shortstop, Blaze Richardson, their leadoff batter, Nate Edmonds at second. And at first base, Ethan Peebler out in the outfield. Cole Vetters taking over center field, Connor Lydon at left, and Luke Scheibel out there in right field. And behind the plate, Easton Rugg. The same starting lineup that we saw last night. And you got to figure with the team that was young last year, now they're all turning in the juniors and seniors this season. You know, you've got all that experience under your belt. You're probably going to keep your same guys out there for the most part.
Yeah, guy I'm looking for, and actually you mentioned the juniors, seniors, this guy just a sophomore, Blaze Richardson, had a solid season last year, was 4th in hitting. Obviously, this team only had 1 home run, so not much power behind them, but got on base a decent amount, was 4th on the team in OPS behind those 2 seniors. He's a guy who I think is really going to have to step up this year, has so far got an RBI in his last appearance.
The offense will need to come for the Demons, but right now the focus is on that man on the mound, Ty Wright. Started this at-bat the exact same as the leadoff at-bat. 3-1 count to Kale Moss. Got that man on first and no outs to start this game. There goes the runner over to second. No throw down. Meeker's going to get over there with this stolen base. And now the Muskies have a runner in scoring position with no outs in the first inning.
They only had 2 stolen bases in their first 2 games. Already got 1 here, so some good early base running getting established by Muscatine.
The walk will put 2 runners on, and Ruggs going to go out there, have a chat with his pitcher. Ty Wright's got to just drop that ball down a little bit. He's been sitting right above the strike zone all day long. You know, it's the first couple of batters. You got those nerves, I'm sure, out there. First start of the season.
First game jitters for sure. I think you're exactly right. Keeping that ball down and in inside the strike zone, just place it where the hitter can hit it and start to gain.
This there about
so early in the year, get established. It can sometimes, mix you up a little bit more than it helps you, as much as most of the crowd here is having Wright's back, but has to stay locked in, of course.
This best returning hitter at the plate for the Muskies, a sophomore, Thomas Norton. As he takes strike 1, counts even 1. Had a 304 average. The Muscatine.
Yeah, and with 2. Here's prime up.
The middle of the Demons infield. Underneath and diving for it. Won't be able to grab it. Runner's going to stay over there at third. So Meeker's at third now, and the base out. And Ty Wright's going to have to work his way out of a jam to start off his season.
Well, and as if on cue, right? Norton dropping that one into center field. Good effort by Vetter to get out there, but just couldn't get to it. Well played to cover it up, though. That could have really, if that had got.
That's Sports Center top 10 play, right?
Absolutely. Got to go for the highlight reel moments.
That's what I'm saying. We got a balk. That's going to bring home the first run of the season for the game for the Muskies. 1-0.